Yo, what's going on, guys? Today is day one of my series, Road to Funded, the series where I will be tracking every single trade that I take on this funded account until I get a payout. Today, Friday, wasn't the best for me. I took two losses and I was done for the day. Like I said in my video yesterday, I will only be taking two trades max, and that is exactly what I did. And I'm really happy because in an opportunity, there's opportunity to grow and to learn and to be disciplined when you're taking losses. And sometimes I think what you do in those moments will define your trading more than when you win, right? Because winning is easy. You're happy, you have the euphoria of getting a win. But when you take a loss, you feel defeated. You feel like you did something wrong, and your ego takes a hit. But what you're able to do when you had that loss defines you as a trader, in my opinion. So let's go over these trades. So coming into the day, obviously price was super bullish, as we can see here on the 15 minute. We're accumulating throughout Asia, London, putting in new all-time highs. And my idea is that when we're so overbought, why would I be looking for longs here? I mean, we have all of these untapped areas right here from yesterday when we were rallying up, and I believe that price at least wants to come into equilibrium of this range. One second, my recording is tweaking. One second, guys. I'm so sorry. One second. Why is my computer doing this, bro? Stop playing. All right, we're back. Technical difficulties. All right, so like I said, I wanted price to come and tap these areas. Also, if you draw out the fibs from this low to this high, I would be looking for price to come into around this 50 percentile area, if not the 62, which would be a healthy pullback for price to continue to make even more all-time highs. That's just how market works. It wants to rebalance to continue higher. So I was looking for shorts ideally. So coming into the day, right before market open, we had this massive manipulation which came and took out these London highs. Price comes in versus this 1 minute gap. Oh, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Shout out my mom for bringing me water. All right, so come pre-market, we come have this massive wick, manipulate London highs, and this is a great opportunity for me to take a short because we have this SMT in place. We have a high time frame SMT. NQ takes out that high, ES did not. And then immediately we show a reaction, we show a rejection with this wick, and we had this 1 minute gap formed, which we inversed. So in that, I was then zoomed in on the 30-second looking for the best possible entry. And where I entered was I waited for price to inverse this 1 minute gap, and then I took a pullback off of that. So I entered off of the no, I believe it was a 2 minute gap. I'm sorry. See, this is why you need to journal right after you take the trade to know exactly what you took, because if not, you're gonna be confused like I am right now. But I know I entered. All right, yes. I entered off of this 30-second gap, right? 30-second inverses. I wait for the pullback into it, and I enter. No, actually, bro, I'm fumbling. I entered. I was waiting for market open because previously I've gotten cooked for entering before market open, and price will come remanipulate a high and then continue lower. So I wanted to see what price wanted to do. Here we see price come tap this gap, and I'm assuming that once we come back into the IVG that we're going to reject, as we were showing signs of it right here. So I enter right around here, and very quickly I got stopped out. What can I learn from this trade? Well, as you can see, my idea wasn't wrong to short in these conditions. The problem is my stop loss. Obviously, setting my stop above this wick, which would be ideal, would be a 26 point. Oh, you can't see that. Would be a 26 point risk. So I would have to size down. And I honestly didn't calculate it. So that was the issue here. The next thing would be this trade here. So I waited again. All right. I'm sorry, this is a lot. The future videos will be a lot more organized. I just didn't really have a plan coming and making this video. But so first trade, I take a small loss. I believe shit, I can see it right here, I believe. My trade stats. How much did I lose on this trade? All right, I lost $76 on the first trade, right? So with a $76 loss, I'm completely fine with taking another trade. So I wait for market open. What I realize is that, all right, so maybe my idea was wrong in this trade because, as you can see here, we had a 1 minute gap that was being continuously respected, and I thought, okay, maybe this wasn't maybe the 30-second gap wasn't the prominent gap. It was the 1 minute. So I was gonna wait for that to be inversed. And typically, when that significant level, which is being tested, inverses, price then comes down and takes out sell side. Like this has happened countless days. I literally passed my eval on trades like this. So I once again wasn't wrong in the idea to take this, put my stop above the fair value gap IFVG high, and yeah, again I was wrong. Price ended up inversing. I got a bad entry. Well, it wasn't wrong. It was according to what I trade, and price then came and stopped me out just for it to continue running in my direction. And in this moment, when I saw that price was doing this, it came up and inversed, and I knew like this is valid, like this is going to play out because I've seen this happen so many times in the market, and even in the last week I've had numerous trades which worked out taking the exact setup, but my entries were wrong and I got manipulated out of them. So I ended the day about $400 down, which I am comfortable with losing. That my max loss on the day actually is about $500, but my max trades on the day is two. So I took my two trades, I took my L, and I had to, in the moment, establish that I'm not going to let my ego get the best of me. I can take an L, I can be wrong, I could be right in my idea, but still, I have to be disciplined because the discipline will conquer and it will be superior to overtrading. Honestly, because I was even thinking, like, how goofy is it going to sound that I told myself I'm only taking two trades a day max, and then I go ahead and I take three trades. And even if I'm up on the day, I did something, I broke my rules. Okay? And I believe following my rules will lead me to where I want to be, ideally, right? So I kind of worked around this. I locked my account out, as you can see up here. I locked it out as soon as I took those true trades, being disciplined. And I took this on options. I saw that this gap got inversed. We came, manipulated. And what's really crazy is that if I stayed in that initial trade, if I had just put my stop above the high as I should, I would have never gotten stopped out. This 30-second gap actually held really strong and was actually an area of support or resistance. So yeah, idea was right, trades were wrong, and I'm just being disciplined. So I ended up taking this on options. I took some puts right around here, wait around, chop around a bit. This 1 minute candle actually comes, nearly stops me out of my trade, but it ended up playing out, and it came exactly to where I wanted in the market. Like I was saying earlier, I wanted this 50% area to get tapped, which was also aligned with the fibs. Drawing this candle out, drawing this manipulation candle out. If you draw the fib from this high to this low, we draw these extension levels, and I was looking for at least the two to get hit. And obviously, when I draw out these levels, I want to align them with some higher time frame level. So if I can align this manipulation leg retracement extension levels with the 1 hour higher time frame fib standard deviation, which, wow, look at that. The 2 is right in line with the 0.5. It's crazy, right? It's like it's an algorithm or something. I don't know. So I ended up a little like $90. I made like 90% on those puts. So I'm happy with that. At least I got something out of my trade idea. But overall, like, yes, the accounts are red on the day, as you can see. We're down 398 and took two losses. But really, like, I'm not mad, bro. Obviously, it's not great to lose, but it's all part of trading. And according to my system, if I risk the amount I do and I have the win rate probability that I do, which is around 60 to 70%, cutting out those small stupid losses, I think my win rate could be higher. But yeah, my whole point of this YouTube channel and this series is I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. And if I go ahead and blow this funded, I'll blow it knowing I did everything I could in my ability to be the best trader. And I truly don't think I can blow this account if I stick to my rules. Like, I would have to go on a crazy losing streak to lose this account according to how I should be trading, right? So yeah, there's day one in the books. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna back test and look at PA from this week to figure out my stop levels, because that can be a bit of an issue. Obviously, like, you don't want to be risking too crazy on a trade, but it is what it is. I have some work to do, and I'll be cooking throughout the weekend. So yeah, small loss, not defining me. See you guys in the next one. See you guys next week. Peace.